Whitetail Advantage presents the Frank and Squatch Show, where the outdoors comes alive. Join Frank, the bow hunting tactician, and Squatch, the backwoods storyteller, as they dive into everything hunting. From chasing whitetails in the timber to tracking elk in the mountains, gear talk, campfire tales, and lessons learned the hard way. If it's wild, rugged, and rooted in the hunt, you'll find it here. This is the Frank and Squatch Show.
Well, it's been a minute, but we're
What's
back.
up?
Frankie, how are you, buddy?
Yes, sir. Good. How are you,
I
buddy?
can't hear you guys.
I'm great. And we have a special guest tonight. His
I
name is
can't hear
Michael. You can't
Hold
hear
on
us?
one
Is
second.
he on mute? Hold on.
Hold on.
You just muted him.
No,
Now,
you
can
should
you
be
hear us
good
now?
Can you hear us
Hello?
now? Can you hear us now or no?
Hello?
Can you hear? Yeah, can you hear us? Is he
I don't know what
working?
happened there.
Hold up here.
It was working. No, he's on mute there.
Yep.
You guys
no.
can hear me?
I can hear you.
We
Yep.
can hear you perfect.
Yes, we can hear you. We
All
can't.
right, I got you
can't
now.
hear us.
I got you
You
now.
can
Oh,
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. All
No.
right. Perfect.
lost you there.
All right,
You
Squatch,
lost-
take it away.
I don't have you.
He's still having problems, Frank.
You-
You know what,
Hold on.
Michael? If you can disconnect the headphones and
I don't
try
have
just
you.
your rig. You know, here. I'll rate you.
One second, everybody. Technical difficulties. Let me see. Bring them in. Let's try. Bring it one more time.
I told him to disconnect the headphones. Can you hear us now, Michael?
Perfect.
Anything? No. The fun and joys of a live show, guys.
Of course.
We'll get it figured out. Anything yet,
I
Michael?
don't have you on here.
Nothing. I'll tell him.
Let's see.
Frank, I'll tell him to go back out and come back in again.
Perfect. Sounds
We
good.
had it. I don't know what happened.
Yep.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, food for thought for next time. We'll get on a little earlier and make sure we got the bugs worked
You
out.
guys hear me
We
now?
tried. Yeah, I hear you.
You guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you
Can
hear
you
us?
hear me now?
Yep.
It was working fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Oh
Nothing.
boy.
Go. I was gonna say, here, check your
Yeah,
your
tell 'em
phone,
that-
Mike. Check your phone. Go back out.
I
and
can't
come
see
back
that,
in.
though.
Let's see here.
Bear with us, everybody. Live TV.
Yeah, sorry. Everything was working fine before we got started, literally.
Well, we hope everybody's doing well. It's nice to see everybody out there.
Yes, sir.
Anything, Mike? Nope. We got nothing.
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 Let's see here.
Is he on his cell phone?
He might be. Hold on.
I can hear you now. You guys got me now?
You hear me?
Yeah.
now? Gotcha.
Hello.
All right. I'm on.
Good?
I'm
All
on.
right, perfect.
All right, good.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. Hey, listen,
right.
you know what? What other way to start? what better way to start a live show when you got technical difficulties? But
Yes,
It's
sir.
always something.
you know what,
It's always
guys?
something.
You know what,
What's up,
guys?
fellas?
It's well worth it. Take a look at the gentleman's heads he's got on the walls. He's got some stories to tell us here tonight. We're
Oh
going to
boy.
find out. We're going to dig
Sure
in
that-
deep to Michael Scavone. He's from Island Wide Whitetail, and I've got to know Mike now probably for the last at least a good year. I'd say I've been following him on Instagram, I know his better half also. His I guess is it girlfriend?
Yes. Yep.
Kristen's your girlfriend. So
Yeah, she's
I
actually on the way home from Texas right now.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
You guys are a good
Good
hunting
job.
team there. I stay tuned and see what you guys come up with all season long, and I'm always impressed to see some of the heads you got. But enough of me
Thank
jibber
you.
jabbering here on the Frank Squatch Show. Why don't you introduce yourself, Michael, and tell everybody about Island-wide Whitetails and how you got your start, and just shoot the shit with us, man.
Yeah, man. Michael Scavone, Island White Whitetail. How you guys doing? So this
Great.
started off probably 16 years ago, 2009. Buddy of mine, Charlie Moham, and myself, a friend of mine, and my brother. There was no hunting in the town of Huntington in Lloyd Neck at the time. So Charlie and I got together, met with the town, sat down with the mayor, got DEC involved, and we were able to gain access into Lloyd Neck on private properties.
Mm-hmm.
And took it from there. I mean, everything came through word of mouth, referrals came from the township, and it was great. I mean, we worked out what probably the first 2-3 years we probably gained about 30 properties in total in the township.
Okay.
And then over the years just kept going and going and going. And then I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, Mike Kowalski, who was part of the group, he wanted to start social media, and it was Full Draw LLC.
Okay.
So he started doing social media and sweatshirts and swag and the whole 9 yards, and it took off. I mean, it really did well. And then, life gets in the way. He got married, had a child, bought a house, had another child. So he kind of stepped back from what we were, planning on doing with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years ago, we had a talk with him, and he wanted to continue doing the swag and the sweatshirts and keep it going, but he didn't have the time for us. So we transferred the LLC over to Mike so he could run with the Full Draw name and continue on with the swag and whatnot.
Nice.
And then this year, we needed a business name to run the insurances on most of these properties that we have. So I came up with Island-wide Whitetail Management.
Nice.
And that's how it started this year. So we started this year with Island-wide, and it's been great. I mean, it's been great. We're blessed. Thank God.
Yeah.
So right now, to date, we have almost 450 acres privately that we hunt.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's
it's good.
awesome.
Yeah, in total. Oh, it's good. We get a good group of guys. Everybody helps out. Everyone's there for each other. Whether it's hanging stands, checking cameras, changing batteries, dragging deer out. It's a phone call and boom, someone's there. So it's good.
That's it.
Good group of guys.
It's all about the teamwork, man.
It's it. And we keep it close. We keep it family and friends. There's plenty of other groups out there and whatnot. I just can't see putting guys I don't know with their background on properties. I get phone calls and messages all the time to come in and join, which next year I'm going to probably need another 2 guys, to be honest with you. But, it'll be guys that come recommended, or I know, or the group knows,
Right.
Because just to take some John Doe and put them on properties without knowing their background or history or experience, it's a lot. It's my name on it. It's my reputation.
Absolutely.
Of course.
But it's good. Everything is good. We had a great year this year.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I had a great year.
You guys been slaying it. I've been watching. I've been keeping a good eye, and I think one of your friends shot one just last night, wasn't it?
Saturday evening, Saturday. Which was a funny story because Kristen, since Christmas, I got sick during Christmas. We went on vacation to see our parents. My mom's in North Carolina, her parents are in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came back, I had gotten sick. And then, of course, now Kristen got sick. So she's been out of it for like probably 3 or 4 weeks now. So Saturday, she was planning on going out Saturday morning to one of the properties. So it's a 20-acre property. So Chris wanted to go in the morning. So I said, okay, great. I had plans to go duck hunting Saturday. So they both decided to sleep in. Kristen slept in. Chris didn't go out. So then Kristen was up in the air about going out in the afternoon, and she didn't. Chris went, and had a banner sit. I mean, I think he's seen 11 deer in total that sit, 4 different bucks, and he wound up shooting that one right before dark, which was great. Great buck.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Nice.
It was good.
Nice.
Good time.
Yeah, man.
So funny enough, with the coyotes, he shot, he had like a slight 1/4-2 shot on that deer.
Yeah.
Said he heard lung pop, hit him good, but he
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was back just a touch. So did the right thing, backed
Mhm.
out, and him and another buddy of ours went back first thing Sunday morning, and coyotes got him.
Yeah.
You know, the whole back end was just ripped apart from coyotes. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
problem,
It's
man.
horrible.
Yeah, literally.
I'm trying
Yeah, it's
trying to work on that. You know, I've been out a couple of times. I just put out new carcass for bait. So as soon as they find it, I'll
Yeah.
be back there. I'll be back there shooting them up. I got a pretty good pack here of them too, and I'm trying to put a hurting on them. So
Yep.
we'll see. We got some time yet for that, but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So you predominantly do you hunt anywhere else besides the island? Or do you ever come upstate? You do any hunting up around this area?
No, my mom lived upstate years ago, and I used to go up there all the time with my stepfather. We did a
Okay.
lot of hunting upstate, and then
Okay.
they moved down to North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't hunted upstate in probably 18 years, 19 years. I haven't been upstate.
Okay.
Really?
You know,
Hmm.
yeah. I used to hunt a lot of public on the island too,
Yeah.
before this whole thing started. And
Yep.
it would just got to be too much drama. I mean, it's just too much stuff getting stolen and guys coming
Yeah.
in there. And
Yeah.
I mean, whoever hunts public on the island knows, you know.
Right.
And we just got fed up, and we said we gotta do something. We gotta find some houses, and then that's how the whole full draw thing started years ago. And it just
Yeah.
it worked out. It worked out well, you know.
Yep.
Yep.
So I haven't
That's cool.
hunted. I haven't hunted public in you know, a good 17, 18 years.
Gotcha.
You know, it's all
Gotcha.
private.
Wow.
Yeah, I hunt
It's awesome.
mostly private, but I do hunt some public, you know, up here too. We got a lot of
Yeah.
DEP land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's still pretty you know, you can get by. You don't really have too much trouble with people, you know, here and there, and everybody's
Yeah.
kind of respectful so far.
Yeah.
But I
Fingers
still like
crossed.
I like my private hunting. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
So where are you exactly?
I'm in Ulster County.
Ulster County. Okay.
Yeah, I'm up in Ulster County in a little hamlet called Milton, which is across the river from Poughkeepsie. You've probably heard of Poughkeepsie.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep, born and
for sure.
raised up here,
Yep.
and been terrorizing the woods since I was a little wee lad. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I just love the woods, man. So, who was your influence? Who got you started with all this?
My family. All
Yeah.
my uncles hunted. Yeah, all my uncles hunted when I was growing up. My father hunted.
Nice. Were they bow hunters also?
My uncles were, yeah, not my father.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
strictly gun hunter.
Okay.
And my stepfather was also a gun hunter. I got into it probably, I guess I was around 17.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, Mark, when I was in school, he bow hunted with his father.
Yeah.
And, you know, going over his house and stuff like that. We started shooting the bows. And then I loved it. You know, I used to shoot his bow, and it was great. And then
Right.
I kept telling my father, I'm like, I want to go bow hunting. I want to go bow hunting. And then that year for Christmas, I got my first bow for Christmas.
Okay.
And I think I was like 17 years old.
Nice.
That's when I started. Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, so, what was your first bow?
Ben Pearson. Ben Pearson.
Nice.
It was like 75 inches long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge.
I
But it
had a
was great.
whitetail hunter, a bear whitetail hunter, and that was the very, very like first pulley system. You actually like pulled the cables, and it had
Yeah.
a pivot arm on it, and it had settings like A, B, C, right through F, and F was 60 pounds. And
Yeah.
when I could pull, my father's a lefty, but when I could pull his bow back, I was like 13, and I just yoked it back at 60 pounds. And he's like, "Well, I guess it's time to go get your bow." And I said, "Yeah, man." And I said, "I need my own bow."
Yeah.
Had that one for a while, and killed a couple of deer with it, and then it was on, man. And then, you know, I don't know. I've had like 18 gazillion bows, so you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody
Yeah.
gets the bow bug and buys everything.
Oh,
what do you-
sure, for sure.
What
Oh,
are you
yeah.
shooting? What's your go-to bow now?
Matthews lift.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I
I've
I
been
have the
shooting Matthews now
VXR.
since, yeah, I've been shooting Matthews now since I'm probably 23.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about. I'd
Nice.
say. Yeah, I'd say that too. I started with a Feather Max, and I went up to a couple different ones after that. Z Max, Feather Max,
Yep.
and I
Yep.
still shoot. I shoot a Z3. That's I haven't even given this bow up yet. I still love it.
Yeah.
So
The Z3 is a great bow.
yeah,
It's a
man.
good
Yep.
bow.
Yeah,
It's a
it's.
great bow.
Let me tell you what. I've shot a lot of stuff with that thing: bobcats, coyotes, deer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a solid bow. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
it is.
That new arc is supposed to be outrageous. The new
Yeah.
arc
Yeah,
that came
I
out is
did see
supposed to
that.
be phenomenal.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah,
just
I
bought
would
the
like
lift
to.
last year, so
Yeah.
see what happens. It's like I was like, I don't
Gonna
need it,
give it
but I
another
want it.
year, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, that's how
Exactly.
they get us,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I
Yep.
try not to walk into the bow shop too much right now.
Yeah, I know. And it's dangerous for Kristen, trust me. We went to
Yeah, I'm sure.
we went to the archery shop last year, and he's like, "Did you shoot the lift?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't shoot it." He's like, "You got to shoot it." I like said, "No, I'm not going to shoot because I know what's going to happen." So what do? I shot the bow. I put like 3 hours through it. I'm like, "You got a 29-inch draw?" He's like, "I have to order it." I said, "Okay, order it." So we're at the counter. I'm writing everything up, whatever. I go out to the truck, take my wallet. I come back in, and Kristen's at the desk. I said, "What are you doing?"
Mhm.
She's like, "I'm buying a Bowtech." I'm like, "You are?" So I said, "Go outside for 5 minutes." Now you're buying a Bowtech Gen 3.
Yeah.
So we went there
Hey,
just to
she
shoot
got a
and
good
walked out.
taste.
Yeah, we went there to shoot arrows and we walked out buying 2 brand new bows. So it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah,
That could be worse.
she loves it just as much as we do. Trust me.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
That's
No,
crazy.
awesome.
It's crazy.
like I said, I followed her actually before I knew you, and
Yeah.
I was impressed, with seeing uh, her going out. I remember her. She was saying one time she was out in the dark and she was scared to death, and I think she hit one or something happened, and she was like a little worked up over it and stuff. And I just told her, I said, no, don't get stressed out. It happens, or
Yeah, sure.
whatever. Just we show support for everybody. We
Of course.
people who
Yep.
follow us on the page and stuff like that. We don't beat up on nobody. We try to help people out and
Yeah,
talk to them
100%.
here. It's
Which
there's
puts
too
the
much.
Blair Witch.
Yeah. Oh, that's the
Yeah.
Put the Blair Witch on there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, if you guys had tuned in to Johnny's show, Mysteries in the Timber, last week, we had my dad on, and he was telling his story about the Squatch that
That was a
chased him.
good show.
And
Yep.
you talk about a Blair Witch. You hear that story that my old man told, and you're like 9 years old, and then he tells you, "Yeah, go walk through the woods up to the orchard and go get in that wood stand." You're thinking twice, man. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I had to grow up with all that, but anymore, I just, I walk around, I laugh, I think about stuff. I'm like, people have asked me, well, what would you do if you seen it? I said, I would shoot it. I would shoot it dead. They're like, you would?
That's
I'm like,
it.
yeah, I would kill the effing
Yep.
thing. And that would be it. And there'd be no more debate whether I saw it or I didn't see it or whatever. I would just have it there. I'd probably throw it in the back of my truck and drive around and show everybody,
Sure.
I mean,
That's
what?
Sure.
Listen, that's why if they asked me the same question, I said, "Why do you think I go hunting with Squatch?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's so
Frankie's like,
great.
yeah, I got a personal Squatch, so they won't come after me while I'm out in the woods.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I ain't worried about it.
So what are you thinking
Yeah.
of, Frank? You got some questions you want to ask our guest here?
Yeah. So I heard that you're a Severs guy. Somebody told me.
Oh, I am. I shot Rage for, I don't know, probably at least 10 years now.
Mhm.
And, there's so many guys that just hate the mechanical broadheads and especially Rage, And I kept telling them, I
Mhm.
said, listen, until I have a problem with the broadhead, I'm not going to switch. You don't fix it if it ain't broken, kind of, so it's like.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
guess it was it last year? I guess it was last year. I hit a monster buck last year and wound up losing him. it was a shoulder shot,
Yep.
but it wasn't like it should have been a dead deer, and
Yeah.
I found the arrow, and the broadhead was completely just mangled. The blades are mangled, and I'm like, you know what? It was partially my fault, archer error, hit him in the shoulder, but the broadhead just turned me off. I said, I gotta make a switch. So then obviously the beast came out, and I went to the beast broadheads. And the beginning of last year, the beginning of last season,
Mhm.
24 season, Chris and I were hunting. It was opening day. Had a doe come in. She was like 15 yards,
Yep.
and I shoot the doe, and I turned to her. I'm like, "Where was my shot? Like, what happened?" And she's like,
Yep.
"No, you smoked it." And I'm like, "Can't be. I never shot a deer like that," and just walked away like
Yeah.
nothing,
Right.
Mhm.
And kind of went into like a little thick area. We couldn't see it. Never ran, nothing.
hmm
And after a while, we got down, walked over, and the deer was laying right there. Like it
Okay.
was like it almost like I had no idea what happened. I just
Right.
hit it, walked
Mhm.
off, and dropped dead. So then it was like, I guess the following weekend when Kristen shot her buck, that was her first Long Island buck, her first decent buck in
Right.
her life. I mean, she shot a spike, I think 2 spikes, and then last year was like her first good buck. And
Right.
that day, right after she shot the buck, I shot another doe, the same exact situation where I was like, did I liver shot that deer? And she's like, no, you drilled it. And I'm like, are you sure? Because now it just walked off, and I was sold. At that point, I was sold. Like, these beast broadheads are
Uh-huh.
insane,
Okay.
and then when they banned them, that was it, So I think we shot maybe 3 or 4 deer with them before they banned them in New York.
Okay.
So with that, now I'm like, I got to find a new head. And I love the Macapa heads. So I did so much research and whatnot. And then my buddy Chris, he's like, you got to go with Severs. So that was it. I went with Sever, contacted them, teamed up with them, got hooked up with them. And now I've been shooting Severs since, this whole year. So it's been great. And I didn't have any problems this year with them. I tell you, they're nasty. They're nasty.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah. So now I know Frank. I don't know what happened to Frank. He disappeared, but we'll keep going.
Frank
That's
just
fine.
vanished into the boondocks.
We're having all kinds of fun tonight with technical difficulties. But so what I'll ask you is, I know Frank shoots a Sever 2.0, and I know he shoots a 175.
Yeah,
Which ones are you throwing?
the 2.0, the hybrids.
The hybrid. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Explain that one. So that one's got a little like a bleeder blade up in the front, and then a big main blade out towards the back that opens up.
Yeah, there's 2. I think they're 0.75 bleeder blades, and then there's 2 that open up. So you're going through like 2.75.
Yeah,
It's a big hole. It's a big hole.
Yeah. I've seen some of your pictures with the end results, and I was like, yeah, they're definitely working for you. And
There's no
Frank
doubt.
has had really good success with them too. Mike from Boondocks Hunting, he's a big Sever guy also.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've dibbed and dabbled with everything. I had rage, I had this and that. I'm just a simple guy. I like something that cuts from the time it hits to the time it exits. So I use a fixed blade broadhead.
Yeah.
Nothing against everybody. I always tell people, use what works for you and what you can trust,
Yeah.
And if you
100%.
can't trust it, then don't shoot it. And that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing, and Frank was having some problems this year. His peep sight was moving around in his bow. And
Really?
he kept blaming himself. It was improperly tied in, whoever did it. And, I don't even know who did it, but he kept launching arrows and stuff, and he was catching it high. And I was like, he goes, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then we finally broke it down. I used to be a bow tech. I set bows up for years and stuff and have my own 3D archery range and stuff. So I'm diagnosing stuff over the phone with him. I'm like, bro, can you move your peep sight? He goes, yeah. Oh, Frank's back.
What, you got to go to the bathroom? There's no bathroom breaks during this.
He fell asleep.
Man,
and fell off the seat.
I've been having problems with this internet all night, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. But
think
like
I'm
I was
back.
saying,
We're
so
good.
Frank, I was telling him, because we were still on the Sever subject, and I was explaining to him, you like him, you had good success with him, and that you also you know, you had that little issue with your peep sight moving around, and you thought it was something going on with your equipment, your broadhead, and stuff like that. And it didn't end up being. It was just your peep sight was moving around. And once we got
Yep.
that straightened out, Mike, he was dialed in. He was hitting stuff like going out of style. So
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
just proves
It was
just
on.
proves how accurate those broadheads are. They're a good,
Oh, they're
accurate broadhead.
phenomenal. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love them.
The blood trails,
they
forget
did
about it.
they did a great job this year. I'll tell you that.
That's
Yep.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
So the blood
Frank,
trail's
I don't think-
phenomenal.
I don't think
Yeah.
Frank's mic's working.
Your
My
is
mic's
your
not
mic
working?
No, you're working.
You can hear me, right?
No,
I hear
Frank.
you. Yep. You don't hear Frank, Mike?
I don't hear
You
Frank.
can't hear me?
No.
Huh.
He don't hear you.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. Boy, we're having all kinds of problems.
Yeah, we are. It's one of those days, man. This is like a Monday.
I feel like
type
he's
of thing.
cutting in and out a little bit.
It's probably just the it's either my internet or it's streaming.
How about
That was having
decoying?
problems.
You guys use decoys at all?
I don't use
Ooh,
decoys.
I don't either.
I have in the past. I used to have one that was just like a 2D decoy. I will
Yeah.
tell you this, when I had the 3D archery range, I had, you know, my targets out during deer season, and when the rut hit, they had heads popped off of them and everything else. And
Yeah.
that was back in the early days of Mackenzie targets. And I was like, holy crap. I'm like, they're hitting my targets and knocking the heads off of them and stuff. We thought it was somebody like vandalizing our targets. And then I seen a buck run up into it, smack the head off of it one day. I'm like, there's our vandal. It's the 8-pointer. He's knocking into these targets. But
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
don't just for the simple fact of, you know, like people around me and stuff like that. They'll shoot the freaking decoy or something like that. And then I'll be,
I've used them in the
Yeah.
past. I've never
This
had
was
the
the
greatest
first year.
luck
I always
with them.
wanted to use it, especially during a rut. And that's like a 50-50.
Mhm.
You know, it can screw you or it can help you out, you know?
right.
So I was always like skeptical about using it. But
Yeah.
this year I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring it out. And I'll tell you
Right.
what, it was phenomenal.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
Really
Yeah, it's good.
nice.
So
And
are you
actually,
throwing,
the
I see
first
Mr.
buck,
Gerard uses
Go ahead.
them.
yeah. Are you throwing
I see
scent
Mr.
on
Gerard
the,
uses decoys over there.
yeah. Do you still
Just-
don't hear Frank?
I don't hear Frank. No, I can't hear Frank.
He don't hear you, Frank.
That's so weird.
I know. I
So
hear
weird.
you, but he don't.
Even Mike messes me. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But
Huh.
so I'll just kind of like relay or whatever if it doesn't
Yeah.
work, something. But so you're using
That's how we're
scent
rolling.
on your decoys, Michael?
Just a cover set.
Just a cover scent.
Yeah, just a cover set. I'll spray it down really good. You know, rubber gloves, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
But what I did do this year, I
Yeah.
used it on the first buck that I shot.
Okay.
And then that night, it's a crazy story because Kristen actually, it was the week of the rut. It was the second week of November. November 11th, she had to go into work. So she has an office here in Melville. It's like 20 minutes from here.
Okay.
So I went out hunting. I brought the decoy out. So the first buck I shot, probably 15 yards from the decoy. He was coming to check it out. So that night when I brought it to the butcher, I cut the tarsal lens off the back legs.
Oh, okay.
So she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to
Mhm.
bring him in for the decoy." And she's like, "You're crazy, you know." So I said, "No, I'm going to do it." So the next morning, again, she had to work. So this particular property, we had a really nice 10-point that I was hunting on that property,
Yeah.
and never saw him on the hoof, always on the camera.
Okay.
So the next morning, I went in and I zip tied the glands to the inside of the decoy's legs, you know.
Yep.
So I set it up. So now, a lot of times I'll put a camera 50 yards on either side of the stand on the runs where they're mostly coming. So
Sure.
this way, when they're coming through the thick, I can see, I'll get notifications, not all the time, but a good
Yeah.
amount of times I'll see what's coming. So
Cool.
it was like 6 o'clock the next morning and I heard something coming. It was quiet, silent. So before you know it, the camera goes off and I check, it's the 10. And I said, "Oh my God, he's coming." So this was the funny part. He comes in and I can see him, but it's too dark to shoot, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just videotaping the best I can. And he sees a decoy. He's making a scrape. He's all pissed off. And then he walks out, you know, he's slightly walking away. And I'm praying. I'm like, "Come on, please just stick around 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes." So I'm like, you know what? It's quiet enough. I'll let him go and I'll bring him back in.
Yeah.
So I did. I waited a while and then it was light enough. And I drew back on my decoy and I can see. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. So I started rattling a little bit. I drew a snort wheeze and like a freight train, he's coming through the woods, right?
Mhm.
It's like a tank coming through. He's coming. So I see the rack coming, and then that's it. I never look at the head. Like once I know it's a shooter, I never look at the head. So I see the antlers coming. I figure this is him. He's coming in. It's on.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's coming in. I still can't see him. He's coming through the thick, coming through the thick. Finally, he steps out, and he's sidestepping, and he's coming. He's sidestepping the decoy, and I'm on him. And as soon as I pull the trigger, he lunges to go to the decoy, and I hit him high shoulder, and literally dropped him in his tracks. He just collapsed.
Nice.
Nice.
Took another hour, I put him down, whatever. So I'm like, holy cow. I'm like flipping out, right? I'm calling Kristen. I'm like, I just shot the 10. She's like, no way, right?
Yeah.
It's back-to-back days. So I'm like going crazy. So I'm like, screw it. I'm tagged out. I'm getting down. So I pack up everything, get down. I walk over. I'm like, that's not the 10-pointer. Completely different bucket. What's the 10? So I don't know where the 10 went, but he left and this other one came running back into my call. And not looking at the rack, I just figured it was going to be him, you know?
Right.
So I shot the wrong deer, but what are you going to do? And then it was funny because that night over dinner, Kristen had to work the next day. So she said, you know, what's the chance of us going in and me getting to work by 9 o'clock? And I'm like, I can't promise you a deer. But yeah, we can give it a shot, you know, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I said, well, take 2 cars. And if you got to split, you split, go to work. You know, I'm going to stay in the woods.
Yep.
So we went, we took 2 cars, did our thing, got in a tree together, got set up. And then right when she was able to shoot, it was like shooting time. I'm like, can you see enough to shoot? She's like, yeah, I'm good. So watching the time, whatnot. And she's like, I'm good. I said, I'm going to start calling. I said, just be ready. It can happen fast or nothing's going to happen, right? So I literally start calling. And then we're just talking a little bit here and there. It wasn't even 3 to 4 minutes later, and I hear something coming. So I'm like, just get ready, you know. So she grabs her bow, she's getting ready. I'm looking, I'm glassing. I said, it's a shooter. This is your buck, right?
Yeah.
So it was just funny because he comes all the way downwind. Now he comes behind us, and he's like probably 35 yards behind us, and he's standing and he's looking our way. So now she shoots lefty. I'm righty.
Okay.
She's on my side.
Really?
And she's facing the deer. And I'm like, just turn. I said, turn yourself and get ready because I'm going to bring that deer right here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in my mindset, I'm saying, I hope this works. Right? So she gets positioned and I'm like, are you ready? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. So I look away, I turn my head and just lightly gave him 1 wheeze. And that was it. Ears down, hair up. He comes walking in right where I said, comes walking right through. I stopped him and she smoked that buck at like 15 yards.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Nice.
And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. Like we had the deer in the truck. She was changed for work, made it to work on time. It was like picture perfect. I mean, how do you do that? You know, 3 days in a row, 3 bucks down. It was crazy.
Yeah. I remember seeing you on Instagram showing that too. And I was like, wow, man, he's on fire. They're on fire right now. And
it was unbelievable.
I was just happy for her too, because I know, you know, it's so tough because she's not only out there fighting the elements, the cold and everything else. She's got you next to her and she's trying to, you know, make the best shot alongside of her man and wanting to do the best that she can. And when it all comes together, man, it's just an awesome plan.
It's priceless.
And, you know, like you said, your buck that you were talking about first, you said, well, you know, I shot the wrong buck. I don't look at the horns. I'm trying to just get a good shot on the animal and stay concentrated and everything. And it's funny because here it happened to me this year, and I have a buck that I call Warrior, and Warrior was showing himself pretty frequently. And then I have a buck that I call Mr. Perfect. So my 2 hitless bucks, I'm like, man, I want those 2 if they come in. Well, I pattern the buck bedding close to the back of the property, and he's skirting along the edge of the orchard, and I have a ladder stand back there. And I was doing some leaf cleanup and stuff around the house. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go sit that stand. And I came in, took a quick scent-free shower. I had just talked to Gerard the night before. He sent me up some scent. for the mock scrapes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went out, I kicked a quick mock scrape out in the orchard, right to the edge of the tree line where I got the stand set up. Long story short, buck comes in. It's basically last good shooting light, legal light. The buck comes in. I got it all on video. Buck comes in. I make the shot. Buck takes off. It pours rain. I'm like, oh, God. So can't find any blood. It's pouring rain. Anyway, long story short, that night at 1 o'clock in the morning, my camera goes off. I look, and there's Warrior. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's wounded. So now I'm like, video. I'm hitting come on, video, hurry up. And I'm like, he's freaking fine. I'm like, well, who the hell did I shoot? I'm like, I didn't shoot Warrior. I shot somebody else. He was a big buck, but I shot him. So I tell Frank and I are like lunatics, right? During hunting season.
Literally.
Frank, I didn't shoot Warrior. I don't know who I shot. And he's like, really? I'm like, I don't know. It was a good 8. So the next day I go out. My son and I find the buck. Well, it was Warrior's son. Warrior's a 5.5-year-old buck. His son's 3.5.
Yeah.
And same geniality at low light. I saw the same kind of build, and I'm like, he's dead. I'm killing him. Well, I killed his son, and I'm happy. It was a good buck with the bow and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The same thing, you're sitting there and you're going, wait, that's not him.
Yeah. It's so many times. It's just like, I mean, even the deer behind me in the wall, only one of them, I knew who it was. I mean, a lot of times, like once I know it's a shooter, there's no looking at the rack no more. It's just concentrating on, where I'm going to shoot. I'm trying to pick my lane, try to pick the window and put the shot on, So I made so many phone calls to my buddies and I'm like, buck down. They're like, what'd you shoot? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, I don't know. It's a good buck, but I don't know what it is, It's always 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times with me, it's always a surprise walking up to it because once I know it's a shooter, I'm shooting it.
Yep.
And then you walk up to it, and it's like even my biggest deer to date. My biggest deer to date was with my buddy Charlie years ago, and we had just had a conversation like 2 weeks prior. We're like, you know what? Let's try to really hold off 125, 130 on certain properties because we had some really good properties.
Yep.
So we were hunting this property together, and I was on the top side of the property, was on the bottom side of the property, and it started raining out a little bit in the morning. And right at like first light, this buck coming right down this path to me, and I'm looking at him. I never grab my bow. I'm looking at him, gauging him, and I'm like, wow, he's wide. I said he's really wide. And as he's getting close, I'm like, yeah, he's a good buck. I'm like, he's getting close. I'm like, he's a good buck. I grab my bow and I whack him, right? Nice. I text Charlie. I said, I think I just shot a buck. I said, I think it's a really nice 10,
Yeah.
So I said, let's just wait a little while. I'm eating the truck and we'll come back, look for the deer. Yeah, I got down in a tree. I never even walked over to the deer. I can see him. He was like 60 yards from me.
Yeah.
And we go back to the truck and get changed and whatnot. And we come walking back to the deer. We're walking up and he's like, are you kidding me? And meanwhile, his head's like, 2 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
He's got like a 24-inch spread, 170 plus deer. He's like, how did you not know? I'm like, I had no idea. I was shocked.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the biggest deer to date. It's 170 and an eighth. I think it was 2/8, whatever it was. But
nice.
No better feeling than that.
Once I see it's a shooter for me, that's it. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm not looking at the head no more. So
yeah,
it's always a funny phone call because that's always a question. What is it? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, it's big.
I say the same thing.
Or it goes opposite.
Yeah. Frank said
great memories.
He says the same thing to me. When he's doing stuff too. But so do you run cameras, Mike? Do you run like cameras year round? Do you run them just during the season? Do you run them at all?
Yeah, we run a lot of tactic cams, a lot of cell cameras.
Yeah.
Pretty much all year, basically, pretty much all year. I pulled some out now because a lot of them slowed up or whatnot, and just the activation fee or whatnot. We just said screw, we'll take them out.
Yeah.
And then once we start the scrapes, in July, we'll get them back out. We'll put all of them back out. We normally start around July doing the scrapes or whatnot. That was another thing too this year. I hooked up with Rack Getter Sense, which is like that was a whole crazy story too.
Yep.
Last year, I was using another company.
Yeah.
And I was using a paste, pre-orbital paste, And no ropes, nothing, just getting scrapes, making scrapes, but just using licking branches and whatnot.
Yep.
So this year I wanted to try something different. And then I came across the scrape rope company who has those ropes.
Right.
And I got in touch with him and we had a long conversation, whatever. And he sent me a whole shipment of ropes and whatnot.
Right.
And I called the same company who I was using because I wanted to get it. Everyone's like, dude, what are you using? Like your scrapes are on fire. And I'm like, this stuff is insane, you know? So I called the company last year in March and had a conversation with the owner and whatnot. And I said, listen, you know, I have a lot of properties. We do a lot of mock scrapes. I'm looking to work with a company and particularly just use your company. You know, I'll promote you. I'll send pictures, whatever I do. Let's just work together.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what are you looking for? And it was called Scrape Queen or whatever it was. He's like, I'm not making it no more. And he was just cocky on the phone. Like I didn't like the whole conversation, you know? So it's like, I'm not making it no more. And I was like, what? Like, how did you stop making that? It's the best stuff I've ever used in all my years. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So the conversation pretty much ended, you know, and I got nowhere with that guy. So then I started doing my research and doing homework and asking people and seeing what other guys are using and having, you know, great success with. And Racket came up.
Yep.
So I had called Gerard and had a conversation with him. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be upfront with you. I was using a company last year that the stuff was off the charts. I said, and this year, for whatever reason, he's not making it.
Yeah.
So I'm telling him the whole thing. He starts laughing on the phone. And he says, I'm like, what's so funny? He said, no, just keep talking, just keep talking. So I'm telling him everything that happened.
Yeah.
So he says, you want to know why he's not making it no more? And I'm like, I have no idea. He's like, because I make that product. And he puts his labels on it. Now I won't, you know, give the name out or whatnot, but it's just funny how I went from this guy last year thinking his stuff was the best. And meanwhile, he's using Racket a cent. So Gerard and I came together with agreement and whatnot. And now I'm just using, that's all I use, you know, and that stuff is phenomenal. You know, I mean, there's so many guys are using it. It's crazy. It's crazy not to use it, you know, it's unbelievable. So if you're not using it, use it.
One of the mock scrapes that I made, I put the pre-orbital scent on that Gerard makes, and it's a grapevine is what it is, hanging from the tree by a piece of paracord over the scrape. That's my rope. Okay, it's been whatever since mid-November that I sprayed that, and my camera just had a small buck come up and smell it and investigate it and everything. So that just says to me, even though it's been a while, it's still there. They still acknowledge it.
Yeah.
If you were running a second grade scent, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And and my testimony, what turned me on to dealing with Gerard, first off, it was Frank and Mike, all those guys. They use his stuff religiously. And I didn't know about it, but I actually got fishing lure from him. It's his trout stuff that he's got. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to get his you know, buck urine and the scrape, mock scrape stuff. So Frank was telling me, he's like, Squatch, you got to use the hot to trot. I use it all the time. I spray it when I go in. The bucks follow you right in. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's try it out. So I ordered some stuff. Gerard hooked me up. I go in up here. I walk into my stand. The rut's on. Well, here comes this about 3.5-year-old 8-point running a doe hard. Well, he cut across that path that I had sprayed that down on, and that deer bolted right up to me. And I was like, are you serious? He just left the living thing to check this out to come up to me. I'm like, that's freaking incredible. I mean, I don't know how many people can say, I use a scent that is that incredible to pull a live deer off another live deer and turn them around and come right to me. I mean, that's all the proof I needed. Plus, I see what the guys do. I see who uses it. I see what they come up with. You're one of the guys there. I watch it. Man, look, he's using the product, and that's why we have the relationship we have with Gerard, with all the guys.
Yeah,
because he's not a BSer, and he stands behind his product. And if you want a special blend of something, he'll mix it up for you. If you got an idea, he'll listen and make it too. So, like I said, it's a great product. He makes great stuff. He's on that new bear pellets and the deer pellets he's making.
Yeah, it's
Phenomenal.
amazing.
It's,
It's
No,
amazing.
I can't wait to use
I
it.
got a custom blend that I want him to do when the time's right. And he said no problem. He's going to make it up for me. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff. Our ropes are still getting hit now. They're still checking them out. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like you said.
Yep.
oh yeah,
You know,
Yeah, no, mine
mid-January, they're
too.
still coming to the ropes, checking them out.
Yep. Yep. Mine too.
It's unbelievable.
yeah. No man.
Yeah, it's just funny how things work out sometimes, you know. It's just like I'm talking to him, and he's like, go ahead, keep telling me the story, keep telling. And then he's laughing. I'm like, what is so funny? He's like, I made that product. And I'm like, holy cow. It was crazy.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. I believe it.
So with your management side of things with the properties that you're on, what's one of the biggest mistake that landowners make when trying to manage the deer population?
Letting guys on a just trophy hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I
A
agree.
lot of guys are not shooting the does.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you
Yep.
got to take the does out. I got 2 properties this year that had hunters on them. And I got 2 properties this year for that reason. You know, one insane spot.
Yeah.
And the guy told me, he's like, you know, they came in here in October,
Mhm.
shot 2 bucks off 2 good bucks with the property. And then they came back Thanksgiving, they knocked on the door with a pie. He's like, I don't want a pie. I want my deer dead, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, everybody wants a trophy hunt. I'm not knocking anybody. I want a
Right.
big deer too, you know?
Right.
But we will crush the does. There
Yeah.
is no letting those. I'll shoot those prime rut. I'll shoot those.
Yep.
I said it a million times to guys. I mean, I've had a buddy of mine years ago happen. I was hunting with a friend of mine at the time on the
Mhm.
property. We were hunting 2 separate sides of the property. Started raining out. He's like, I got a doe in front of me. I said, take it, drop it.
Yeah. Yep.
It was like November 10th. I mean, it was prime. I'm like,
Yep.
drop it.
Yep.
So he wound up shooting. He told me, he goes, I just shot it. She's like, 20 yards from me, whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, let's get down. It started raining out, and he was a
Right.
climber at the time. So he's
Yeah.
climbing down. I went back to the truck.
Mhm.
So he's climbing down, and I'm at the truck. I'm waiting for him. Like, where the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
So I go walking in, and as I'm walking back, I'm like probably 75 yards, and I hear him call me. He's like, Mike. He's like, call me. So I'm like running over there, thinking he's like hanging from the tree stand and whatnot. And I'm like, dude. I said, what's the matter? What's the matter? He's like, look. So as he's climbing down,
Yep.
he hears something. He turns around, and it's like probably a mid 150s buck. I mean, giant buck, trying to mount the doe.
Yeah.
And his bow is now on the ground. He's like 4 feet off the ground, the climber. He pulls his bow up and just
Yep.
turns around and he shoots him,
Nice.
and it's just crazy. It happens. I mean, I had it 2 years ago, and same thing. Second week of November, prime rut, had a hot doe come through. There was bucks chasing her. And then she finally made it come through. She came through with no one behind her that I can
Yeah.
see anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's mine. So she came in, I shot her, and she ran about 50 yards, 60 yards, and she died there.
Right.
It wasn't a minute or two later. I had a buck come running down the ridge, and I videotaped the whole thing. And he's mounting her, a medium-sized buck,
Mhm.
and he's trying to mount her for a good 20 minutes, stomping her,
Yeah.
trying to flip her over. He's trying to mount her, whatever.
Yep.
And then finally, like when he walked off, I got down quick and went over to her, and I drug her even closer because she was probably
Mhm.
60 yards. So I got her to like 25, 30 yards, and I can't tell you, I must have had 2 or 3 other bucks trying to mount them right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I know
Yep.
rat getter sense is good, but when you get a hot doe in the rut, there ain't no better than that. So
Oh yeah, it's tough to beat that.
yeah, we will crush the does. There's no holding back.
What's your you have a high population of deer, obviously, where you're hunting on the island.
Yeah.
You're killing does after doe after doe. I see it. I
Mhm.
see what you're posting. It's like a wheelbarrow every day. You're taking a couple doe out here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, up here, I try to shoot for every good buck that I see at least 2 doe.
Mhm.
So I kill 2 doe towards 1 buck, and then I don't know. It seems to work out all right. I keep the balance. I watch what's going on with the herd. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've listened to professionals. Obviously, where you are, there's a plethora. So you're just,
We are
you're just out there
overrun.
getting, you're overrun. Yeah.
We're overrun.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a couple of properties that there aren't a lot of those. that
Yeah.
we'll hold off on. We'll
Mhm.
definitely hold off on them.
Mhm.
But the properties
Yep.
that we have, most of the properties that we have, I mean, it's like we don't even put a dent in it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we're close to 50 deer this year. And you go to these properties like you haven't even taken one off the property.
Yeah.
It's overrun. It's completely overrun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
guys are doing their part, but when the freezer's filled, they say, all right, my freezer's full, I'm done,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we donate a lot to Island Harvest.
That's
Ton
awesome,
of deer
man.
to Island Harvest.
That's cool.
Once our
That's
freezers
cool.
are filled and we have guys, a couple of homeowners take deer.
Yeah.
So we get them butchered for the homeowners and whatnot.
Nice.
And then once pretty much everybody's satisfied with the venison, everything else goes right to donation, Island Harvest.
Great.
So
No, that's perfect, man. I mean, you got to
Yep.
help
there's
those.
no reason not to do it when there's a
No.
place to go to bring it,
Absolutely.
It's a win-win. When you
100%.
really look at it, it's a win-win. So
So I got it, Frankie. I feel horrible. You're sitting there. He doesn't hear you.
No, no, it's all good. So my
Yeah.
internet's being a pain in the ass
Sorry,
anyway.
Frank.
So
Yeah.
no, you're good.
do you know sign language?
I could try to do this.
Yeah, we need one of those interpreters.
No, you're good. No worries.
No, I don't mean to just sit here and keep asking stuff, but I'm trying to make it
You
flow
take
for
it
us,
away, brother.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
good.
glad you're
all
one
good.
of us.
I got a quick question for you, Mike. Another thing about the properties and stuff. When you go to a property, I mean, how do you tell the difference between a good looking property that's going to hold, a nice mature buck versus something you just doesn't, you think it's not going to work at all? What do you look for?
It's kind of tough because a lot of the properties are really just past. There's just funnel properties. I have a lot of properties that are like 3 acres.
Yep.
Some 4 acres. A lot of smaller properties that are phenomenal. I mean, the biggest buck this year that we had on camera is on a 3-acre parcel. It's just that they're not living there. So it's hard to judge by that. But then I have another piece of property that's 150 acres,
Yeah. Yeah.
So something like that, you got to really just do your homework and looking for signs and whatnot, see what's there. Setting cameras tell you the most, but not everything, I always tell the guys, don't go by the cameras. They're like, oh, I'm not going there. It's dead. It's dead. I'm like, don't go by the cameras,
Right.
And just like that, like Chris, I said, Chris shot that deer on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The camera from where he was sitting is probably 18 to 20 yards from him. Okay. He had 11 deer with 4 different bucks. Not one of them passed the camera.
Yep.
So you can't go by the
I
cameras.
believe it.
A lot of guys get so camera
Yeah.
It's just like
guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going. I'm
me
not
too.
going. He's not there. He's not there. No, because you're only seeing what the camera's seeing. You're not seeing what's behind the camera, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've seen it many times too, being in the stand. Just, I'll see so many deer. I think Kristen and I this year, in the beginning of the year, we had 2 cameras on that property. I think we saw, it was like 15 or 16 deer. I shot 2.
Yep.
And nothing passed either camera at a 16 deer, on a 5-acre piece. So, you can't really go by what the cameras showing all the time. I don't go by it. Think about years ago when we first started hunting, right? We didn't have cameras.
I know.
Yeah, cameras back then. You just went in, you did your homework and you hunted it. You got some wind right and you hunted it.
We were talking this past year, and I'm like, I'm taking these effing cameras out. I'm not using them next year because, unfortunately, and I may just be doing something right, or I'm just damn plain lucky. All right. My freaking pictures of deer, I'm patterning these bucks. I guess I'm putting them in the right spot. And I've killed deer off the cameras like that. But, I'm like telling Frank, son of a bitch. There he is again. You know what? I've had about enough of this shit. I said, you know what? Forget it. Next year, no freaking cameras. I'm done with them. I'm sick of this crap. It's like a soap opera. I can't freaking turn away. I got to watch. Dude, middle of the night, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. What is it? I hear my phone go off. I'm looking. I'm like, these things are freaking ruining my life. They're ruining my life.
Yeah.
My cameras are going off right now as we're talking about cameras.
I got notifications right now. No lie. My cameras are telling me I got pictures now, but
yeah,
whatever. It's so funny. Another question I have for you, and I think we all run into this problem is acquiring properties. What's your
Yeah.
niche? What's your niche? Okay, so the island, I can imagine it's, hey, you've got a deer control problem. They're eating your flowers, they're tearing up your yard, they're crapping all over the place, and they're bringing ticks like crazy into your pets. Let me get rid of them for you. I mean, it'd be a line I might throw. But what's your go-to thing? What are you telling people? How are you acquiring these properties?
I have 2 townships
Yep.
that we work with. So if the residents call a town on a complaint about deer issues, they call us. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, it's 99% referrals from the other
Awesome.
properties I have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't knocked on a door, and I couldn't tell you the last time I knocked on a door.
Really?
It's gotta be. I haven't knocked on a door in probably 15 years.
That's great, man. This says a lot about you, man.
That's awesome.
A lot about you.
I've done flyers, I've done mailings, but you really get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
You can send out 1,000. You can send out 1,000 flyers, and you maybe get like 2 phone calls, 3 phone calls.
Yeah.
There's so many guys. Like upstate's different than the island. Like down here, everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's setting flyers, doing knocking on doors. It's tough here. And I don't blame guys. You can't blame guys. We did it. We sent flyers out. I've sent thousands of flyers out, but the turnaround, it's just not there. 99% of my properties that I have all came from referrals and from 2 townships.
Nice.
So
amazing.
And like I said, we're close to like 450 acres or something like that now.
That's fantastic.
It's a lot.
Getting back to like the whole gaining permission and stuff, I probably knocked on more doors than Jehovah's Witnesses on a Sunday. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Red knuckles from beating on people's doors. Hey, would you like me to be able to control the population of stuff going on here? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's
tough.
It's tough. People have ruined it a lot. Like you said, you won't let somebody on your property unless they're knowledgeable, they're experienced, they're marksmen, they're making stuff count. And that's important, when you gain the trust. And I went through the same stuff with my landscaping business that I used to do on the side. Bought signs, put flyers out. I got like 2 people from them. Everything was always word of mouth, still word of mouth. I turned people away. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I don't do that anymore. I'm getting older. I don't want to be bothered. Oh, come on. I heard you different. I know how it is. So when you got a good reputation, that speaks well for yourself. And that's awesome that you have that reputation around to gain those areas and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, man. That's great. It's really neat. Frank, do you got something you want me to ask him for you?
And I'll tell you, let me just chime in real quick about the trust thing. Like you just said about not trusting certain guys and not knowing guys. So matter of fact, last year, not this season, but last year, maybe the year before, a year or 2 ago, we brought a guy in. My buddy Charlie met this guy and said, listen, I think we need another guy. Let's bring him in. He's a good guy. He's a good hunter. Blah, blah. I said, Nassau County cop. I'm like, all right, good. Bring him in. So we bring him in. He hunted, I think, for like the first month or so with us, whatever. Didn't put anything on the ground. And then one day, again, Chris went to a property in the morning. And the sun comes up. It's like probably 7:30 in the morning. I get a text from Chris, and I'm like, "What is that?" I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, "What is that?" So he takes a picture for the stand. I'm like, "Is that corn?" So he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Who hunted here?"
Oh no.
I'm like, "That was Mitch." I said, "Mitch was the last guy there." So he's like, "I have to get down." So he climbs down to the stand, and there's a pile of corn, molasses, the whole. He made like his own food plot. So I'm like, Chris, I said, do me a favor, get it up, clean everything up, get it out of there. So I called Charlie, but listen, you want to call him or I'm going to call him? I said, but he's gone, So Charlie's like, let me call him, I'll take care of it, whatever. And he calls the guy. He's like, listen, you hunted over here. He's like, you put corn down? He's like, yeah, why? Like nothing, he thought like nothing about it, And this is a Nassau County cop. Like, what do you think? Because you're wearing a badge, you're okay, So that's what I mean. Like, I can't just bring guys in. I mean, like I said, I get calls all the time. Get guys messaging me all the time. I can't blame them. It's hard to get properties on the island.
Yeah, it is.
And I try to be respectful about it. And I said, listen, I don't know you. That's number one. And I can't put just guys I don't know on these properties. But my name is on all the insurance policies. My name's on. It's my reputation.
Yeah.
So And that's the reason why. Okay. They get a Nassau County cop who thinks, we're like, all right, good. It might be good to have a cop on our side too, right? Nope. He lasted a month. So you can't trust
Ridiculous.
people. Hunters are our worst enemies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Not everybody. I'm not knocking guys. Trust me, I'm not doing that.
No.
But you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we've all been there with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I will say it again. Hunting season brings the asshole out in everybody. And
sure does.
it's you guys could be buddies throwing horseshoes out in your backyard, and the next minute you're in a fist fight over something that happened.
Stupid.
And that's one thing with people I surround myself with. I make damn sure we have a nice talk and I explain stuff, because it's not worth losing somebody that you trust or that you want to have around you with any BS. And a lot of it is outside chatter from other people too that stirs stuff up. So I always explain to people, look, if there's an issue, come to me. We'll handle it. We're a team. We'll work together. And as long as you do that with people, you set the stance for how it's got to be, you don't have any issue. You don't have any issues. Well, we're hitting that hour mark. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I can't do the drama and stress. I can't be hunting and stand with the drama and the stress and the problems. I can't have it. If it's not fun, get out. Go play golf or something,
That's it.
So we're up at that hour mark. That's usually like we try to keep the show to about an hour and 10 minutes.
All right, cool.
So we'll start winding down with some stuff, but I do have a couple more things I just want to ask you before we round out the night.
Sure.
Here's, I think this is a pretty good question. What do most guys refuse to change, even though it's why they don't kill mature bucks?
They get trigger happy.
Yeah. I think
you know what it is, though? I can't. You know what it is? I'll never knock someone. And I think I said it in a post this year. I think I posted about that. And guys sometimes will not shoot a deer because they worry about what someone else is going to think. Right? Like it's not big enough. It's not big enough for their standards, so I'm not going to shoot that. Right?
Right.
So I shot a deer last year with Kristen. That's probably 120-inch deer, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my best hunts in a long time. So if you get that feeling inside you and that adrenaline inside you, doesn't matter what it is, right? I'm all for shooting trophy bucks, mature bucks. We'll try to hold out too. We try to do our best passing on bucks, especially 2.5, 3.5-year-old bucks on certain properties. We won't shoot them. We won't shoot them. It's tough. Sometimes it's tough. But when you know the potential, let them go.
Awesome.
I always tell people never compete, only compete with yourself. I compete with myself, what's on my wall.
It's just nobody else. It's our biggest thing is we're our own enemies in our own heads.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I'll give you a quick instance. We were in a deer competition. I never get in deer competitions. I freaking refuse to. But I got in
our own with the guys just for fun.
Yeah, but I just hate it. I feel like it jinxed me. I'm not out there really about that. I'm out there to enjoy nature and God's creation
100%.
and take those gifts of what He's given me. But I went against my freaking stuff last year, and I ended up shooting an immature 8. I'll put it to you that way. But I needed points,
Yeah.
And the deer didn't go to waste. I ate the deer and everything else. Should I let him walk? Yeah. Should I freaking not gave in to the pressure of trying to get points for the team? Yeah. But that's something you learn. You take it. And that's why I said this year, nothing personal, guys. I'm not doing it. I don't want to be part of it. I got enough pressure on me being who I am out. Not that I'm some big freaking star. I'm no professional. I'm an average freaking guy, just like everybody else. But 100%. People watch me, I'm on 2 shows. I'm, posting stuff on Instagram. I want to shoot a quality deer. It's my personal choice that I want to shoot a good deer. Don't get me wrong. I'll blow the snot out of a freaking doe. I don't care. I'll shoot them all day long. I got no problem with it. I put meat in the freezer. And Frankie's the same way. We hunt everything.
Yeah, the same way.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes we get in our own heads and we're our own worst enemy. And we get down on ourselves. We really, I tear myself up. Thank God I got Frank, and I got a couple other
Yep.
guys to talk to. Frank's really my lawyer, my psychologist, and anything else that falls in between.
Therapist, all in one.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
much.
freaking, if
We go
something
back and
goes wrong,
forth.
he's my power of attorney. I mean, he's got bail money too if I get in trouble.
All right, good. I'm gonna call you, Frank.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
But I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. But we got to have you back on, and I'd really love to have
100%.
you back on with Kristen. And
Yeah,
That'd
definitely.
be cool.
Yeah, I
Let
just
you
said to her
guys-
earlier. I said, too bad you're not home. We could have both been on. She had to
Oh,
go
well,
to Texas. She flew out yesterday. She's coming back tonight for work.
Yeah. But listen,
nice.
we always got plenty of room, and we'll get you back. We even have you on Whitetail Advantage and Boondocks Outdoors because we're all
Yeah, cool.
incorporated with those guys.
Cool.
We want to promote our fellow hunters that are out there, and this is what this is all about. We're sharing that campfire kind of style and just talking, and we're just average guys, and nobody's a professional. We're just having fun. We like to share
100%.
stories.
Nope.
And like I said, we'd love to have you back on, bring Kristen on with you, and really we'll get down into the nitty-gritty of the stuff that's happened with you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
It's been great. Listen,
That'd be
it's been
awesome.
great. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule. We're sorry
you.
it didn't work out the first time you were supposed to be on.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yep.
That was my fault. I had to work. I'm at the mercy of the highway department where I am, and I deal with all the snowstorms. And
You got a busy weekend coming up.
this whole January is going to be busy, my man. I'm going to be
I think they're calling for they're calling for 8 inches here on.
I did 14 hours the first storm, 17 hours straight the second storm. This one's a freaking monster nor'easter or something coming up.
Yeah, Sunday.
It's still developing. It's still developing, so who the hell knows? I'll be dogging a plow truck for a while, but
yeah.
we will definitely get you. How can people find you? Share your title and stuff that you do. How can people find you and reach out to you?
Island Wide Whitetail on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I have a website, islandwidewhitetail.com. You check out the website.
All right.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Make sure everybody checks that out. Show some love for Mike.
100%.
Start following him if you don't follow him.
Thank you very much.
I can tell you guys, he's a good guy. He's down to earth just like us. Not afraid to collaborate. He's shared the wealth, I'll say it that way, as far as being a brother in the outdoors, reposting pictures for us and just being a nice, genuine guy. And that's important, man. We all do that. Want to give a shout out to Brett Bovin at the Whitetail Advantage for helping us carry the Frank and Squatch Show. And of course, we can't forget about our buddy Mike at Boondocks Hunting.
Mr. Mike Nitre.
Mike Nitre, Garden State Outdoorsman. Always check those two podcasts out. We jump in and out. We're all around. We're like dog shit. We're on everybody's feet somehow.
Pretty much.
Frank, tell them a little bit about you, where they can find you, Frank.
Absolutely. You can find me on Broadside Ambush on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I go by, my normal name, Frank Mastica, but you can find me there.
Mm-hmm.
And just about anywhere. You can find me here on Garden State Outdoorsman, Mr. Boondocks Hunting over there, and Whitetail Advantage.
Awesome. And you guys all know where you can find me, Outdoors and More with the Squatch on YouTube. I'll be making some predator videos if these bastards will cooperate. And I'm not in a plow truck. So also find me on the Whitetail Advantage on Sundays and Tuesdays. And we're mostly running the Frank and Squatch shows on Tuesday. Boondocks Outdoors with Mike, Garden State Outdoorsman. I'm always chiming in and giving my share on that. And Instagram, Outdoors and More with the Squatch. Guys, I thank you. Michael, pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. I
for
appreciate
coming
it.
on, man.
Don't when we end the show, don't jump off. We just want to ask you a couple little things afterwards, so don't leave us yet. We're going to close out the show. I want to thank everybody. Frank, thanks everybody. And as always, shoot straight. God bless you all. The Frank and Squatch Show with our guest Mike. We're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the Frank and Squatch Show, presented by Whitetail Advantage. Thanks for joining us around the campfire. Be sure to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, stay sharp, hunt hard, and keep chasing the wild.